Once you're done with that, you should start building your emergency fund. A lot of people would say that you should have at least $1,000 or maybe even a few $1,000s in case if things go south. And they have a point. That makes sense. But I don't like complicating things. Your emergency fund should be your savings fund as well. Before you throw at me your angry comments, let me explain. Here's how it's supposed to work. Once you're done with the first step, you should have a clear idea of how much exactly you need to live decently. Take that amount and multiply it by 6. That's your number. That's how much your emergency fund should have at any point. Of course, you can't build that fund in a month or two. It might take you an entire year to do that, if not longer. There isn't an exact percentage of your income you should allocate to that, because it will highly depend on your income. If you're hardly making enough to make it till the end of the month, you might consider a smaller percentage. If you're making much more than you possibly need, then you probably should build your emergency fund much faster. Maybe you should not be having an emergency fund at all because you're hardly making ends meet. What's the point of saving money when you barely pay your rent? In this case, you should forget about this fund and focus on increasing your income first. It might not be easy, but there are plenty of ways to do that. When you have multiple accounts to save money, it starts consuming a lot of time, which means you probably won't stick to it. You will do it once or maybe twice and then you're going to forget about it. That's why I do my best to simplify everything as much as possible. And secondly, there is no point in saving a lot of money. You gotta do something with that money to keep it growing. But let's not get ahead of us. We'll talk about that in a moment.